of yesteryear when a rivalry is built on tainted water. But as these fans know, the Little Brown Jug history is a long one, and when it's on the line, everyone is thirsty for a sip of victory. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. The Golden Gophers will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Wolverines offense will get the first possession of the game. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games, the team that's most mentally tough at the end.
Turning it on! The 40! The 20! And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan!
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Minnesota's offense will go to work for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Off the play fake. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got his man to the left. He stopped short, and it's 4th down.
You got to love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Makes the catch at the 35. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So here comes the Michigan offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Rides to back and leaves it. This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding Hurry Up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply, hence the start of the Little Brown Jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then, a little you're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all of those things. It's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are, and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
And you know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about is adding another trophy to the trophy case, and they want the Little Brown Jug in that box.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Here comes the heat. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. A missed field goal ruined the last drive. Now a chance to get points here on this drive in the first quarter. They go to the ground. Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Makes the catch. It's awesome. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The Wolverines are on the move. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got a chance. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolverines!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time player has made big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
In the lore of the Little Brown Jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told him, well, come win it if you want it so bad.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking...
And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Makes the catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. On target. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Golden Gophers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Under fire. It falls incomplete and will change into the field to get things started back up. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. The home team is within striking distance, but time is not on their side. Time to see if they can solve this riddle. FIU has clawed its way to this lead. They say the best teams in football treat road games like business.
Breaks into the open. Gets it past the marker. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Wolverines come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. All by himself. Into the secondary. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer,
he lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Working that left side now. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And how about this confidence in their field goal kicker? They're going to pat him on the butt and say, go give us 3, big fella. The field goal is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Casey. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Strong pass rush. Gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Snagged out of the air. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unleashes one deep. Got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've been able to move the ball, but the kicker has let them down. They've had missed. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. The give to the tailback. Turns it on at midfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. On target over the middle. There he goes. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Off play action on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Just keep slinging it. Here's a heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. Great reaction by this defense, immediately on the catch, swarming to the ball. Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. He's looking downfield to throw. Finds the tight end. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on 3rd down. The Golden Gophers will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. So here comes the Michigan offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Steps away. On the run, deep down the right side. Picked off. What a play by this defense. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Hunt is on its way. No fair catches here, looking for room. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. Fires to the middle. Got his man. Tackled at the 25, but they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. They'll go right back to it. Runs for the tackle. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, great energy in that building and a fun first half for both Michigan and Minnesota with the little brown jug on the line. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Minnesota and Michigan plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. He's going to fire deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. So now it's 2nd and long. Give to the back. Look out, he's got room. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. To the ground, he's got it again. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the running back. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Motion from the back. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Harris. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Nestles it in at the 35. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Touchdown, Wolverines! Stealing a score on special teams. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
Complete to start this drive. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. The snap sets up the throw. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Harris. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. Secures it at the 30. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Here's the handoff.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
They'll go to the ground. Hard running there.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. down will open up the final period. They'll run it from the gun. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. And the Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Brought down, but not before he blowed his way inside the 10 to the 8.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Needs it to keep this drive alive. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5. Michigan has dominated this rivalry over the years, and they look oh so close to securing the jug again.
You look at Michigan on paper, and they have an advantage all over the place against Minnesota. It was a question of whether they could just stay out of their own way. If they eliminated the mistakes, we knew this was going to be a tall order for Minnesota, and Michigan just looks dominant there.
Yeah, it stinks, but it is the facts. The facts are you're less talented at Minnesota, and you've got to play really, really well, especially in these rivalry games, and hope to cast Michigan on a bad day. But that little brown jug is inching towards Michigan's sideline now.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Give to the running back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking for a man. It's Adams. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Golden Gophers will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes a move. Made a defender miss. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll try the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run it from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. It's picked off, and another empty drive.